Come on, let's have another one. Oh, you buggers. Hi folks, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. I'm at the lovely Chigboro fisheries on home water. I've had a client on rook haul this morning. We've spent the morning on rook haul, myself and Len. Len's had 6 wonderful rainbows, chance of a few more as well on washing line tactics, buzzers and FABs. And I thought, while I'm here, it's such a lovely day, and it really is. It's spring. There's buzzers hatching. It's a little bit cool with a cool easterly, but other than that, I thought, let's do a couple of hours, get the camera out, see if we can catch 1 or 2 fish, and see what's going on around the home water. It's quite busy here today, so we might have to move around a little bit to try and find somewhere where the fish are a little bit more settled. It's good that it's busy. It's great. It's lovely to see the fisheries busy. My tactics today, quite simply, and we've gone through these setups before now. 10-foot 7-weight rod. This is the Witchwood Flow, paired with a rocket floating line and a 15-foot leader of 8-pound fluorocarbon, ghost mode fluorocarbon. Onto that I've got 2 droppers. So I've spaced this 5 foot to the first dropper, 5 foot to the second dropper, 5 foot to the point fly. I've got 2 droppers and a point fly. My point fly is a little orange fab, and then I've got a crisp packet buzzer and a quill buzzer, all size 10s all the way through. The idea of this setup, and we have gone through this before, the idea of this setup, having the floating line and a buoyant fly, is we're going to be able to pop these flies out and allow them to sink, to really control the sink rate of the flies. They're all going to sink. It's not going to hold them up on the surface. They will sink, but by fishing this method with the buoyant fly and a floating line, we're able to control the sink rate, so it slows it right down. So it lets us go through the levels, just put those flies flutter through the levels, and we're bound to bump into some fish somewhere down the line on here. The last few weeks the fish have really been feeding on the buzzers in the morning and tending to come onto the colour in the afternoon, so we'll wait and see. It's 1 o'clock now. We'll just see what sort of mood these fish in, but I think we're going to have to move around. It's very, very busy on the lake today, and I've got a feeling we're going to have to move around to find their spots and find our fish, but that's all part of the fun. So let's get ourselves set up, get down to the water and have a crack. I kept moving around the lake. These fish aren't easy to find this afternoon. For some reason they seem to have gone off, so we've come right up into the teeth of the wind, and this is an end of the lake that nobody has fished all day today. It's not too uncomfortable, just a light breeze coming towards you, but it's definitely one to see much angling pressure up here, so I'm quite hopeful that we should be in for some sport up here. Same setup still, got the washing line on there, pop it out and just going to let it work back towards me. Come look at that straight away. Yeah, that says it all, doesn't it? That says it all. These fish have just pushed off the busy bank on the other side there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 anglers over there, and they're all on that, and then in the top end there's 6 or 7 anglers. I think that's what's happened. These fish have just pushed off, come round into the wind and take first cast, and it looks like it's taken the crisp packet on the middle dropper. Good, that's a bit more like it. We don't like to blank. Well, we won't blank him, but yeah, somewhat crisp packet. Oh, decent fish as well. It was a bit slabby. Nice fish. A bit bigger than unexpected actually. Oh yeah, lovely, 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 lovely Chigboro rainbow this one. Let's see if we can get him round here to the net. That's him. Come on, up you come. Oh yeah, that's great. That's what we wanted. Nice, plump Chigboro rainbow on the buzzer. Well, that's a good start, and maybe it was a fluke or maybe it's proven point, but it feels right to be over here. Just a little bit of breeze, out of the way of everybody else. Okay, you're not casting as far, but as long as those flies are turning over, that's all you're really worried about. You just stop them short and make them ping over. And that fish, well, just took on the drop as soon as I straightened up and started to keep up with that. And it's just blowing those buzzers towards us, nice and steady, and we're just staying in touch. We don't even have to do a retrieve, we're just gathering up the slack line as it's blown back towards us. And the wind's doing all the work for us. Lovely way to fish buzzers and nymphs this. It's not a bad way to fish dries either from a bank. Casting into the wind, as long as you can get good turnover. It's just coming round lovely. Water seems a little clearer on this side as well, which is unexpected. I thought you'd have a bit of colour on this side, but a little bit more clarity around here. It's pushing round lovely, that is. A little draw just to bring everything back up again. A little dink there, must be on the fab. The next one we're going to cast slightly across the wind and let the wind really pull it round the swim. Keep fishing that all the way back till I feel it touching the bottom. We've got a nice bit of depth in front of us here. And it's just scraping the bottom there. Gotcha! Look at that! Wow! Right under the rod tip, that was. Right under the rod tip, taking the fab, I would guess. Brilliant. Just saw the line snake out, bang, hit him. Yep, it's on the fab. Nice. Let's get him. It should just drop out. Come on. Lovely, again, nice 2.5 pound, away you go, excellent. Well, 2 fish and 1 missed in no time at all. Just proves that little move, doesn't it? Let's try that again. Let's tuck that into that wind. Love those little takes that are really close in like that, when the line just opens up like that. You can really hit them. You know, you see a take that close, you can give it a nice little strike and hit it. Set the hook and they go mad when you hook them like that. A little touch there. Just, oh yeah, he's on. He's on. That really slowly straightened out there. Is he on the buzzer? I bet he's not. He's on the fab again. Great buzzer fishing video, this one, Tim. And again, it was just that little indication before he took it, just a little flex in the line, and it gives you enough time to get ready. You know, it just says pay attention, the take's coming, and he just came back and had it. Plenty of fight in them this time of year. They are good sporting fish, these. Let's skim him in. They're lovely. Do his thing in the net. Come on. They're just on the edge of his chops. Get him. Nice fish. There you go. Good, good. Nice and steady. Again, to the fab, to the colour. So maybe they have switched off the feed and the colour's starting to get them. I've noticed that the fishing on the other side there's gone very quiet. Barely seen a fish caught in the last 45 minutes and rattled out 3 there in 15 minutes or so and lost one. And definitely paid to move around a little bit. He's not as comfortable around here, and it's 10 degrees cooler, but it's not a fierce wind. And I think the fish have definitely, as typical, you know, the fish at this time of year, with buzzer in the water, they'll start to push down the breeze looking for the buzzers. They've definitely come down here maybe to get away from the angling pressure on the other side. It's been quite busy on the lakes this morning, both lakes. Which is good to see. We like to see it busy. Really making most of the spring weather. A little straighten up, a little pull. You often get a take as soon as you do that. As soon as you straighten up, you get a little take. And nice to see one of those real big ones come out. I've had a couple of doubles out of the other lake this last 2 weeks. I keep hearing about 5-pounders in this lake. I've not had one yet. Yep. Just again snaked away. Just meet it with a little strip strike this time. When they're a long way away like that, you don't want to be lifting the rod to strike them. Just give them a little strip strike, just like that. Just set the hook on the fab again. No, well, we'll have to call this a fab video. I've got buzzers tied on. Yeah, just on the outside of the mouth. going to do is fighting in the net this one. They're in lovely condition, these fish. Really are in lovely condition. And away he goes. Lovely. Well, some lovely steady sport this is now. They're coming thick and fast now that we've just got this right out into that wind there. This seems to be the half you want to be on. I don't know whether that's because of fish are there or because it's drifting straight back at you. But it seems to pop it out there and watch that like a hawk. And the rest is pretty straightforward actually. They're definitely giving themselves awake when they're taking these fabs and buzzers. We've had them on a mixture. Give it a little pull, straighten everything out, bring it all back up again. It's definitely worth practicing and trying to learn to cast into the wind because of this. If you look on this lake, there's not a single angler on this side of the bank. Everybody's round on that far side there. The fish are getting all the pressure on that far side there. It's been the same for the last 2 days. And I've got this entire bank to myself because I'm not afraid of casting into the wind. And it's not a strong wind. You don't have to be a superhuman caster to be casting in the wind like this. But the fish are definitely more settled and you will reap the rewards for it. It's definitely worth practicing. It's easy to get a bit lazy with fishing, especially bank fishing, always picking the favourable bank with the wind off your back, off the wind off your left shoulder or whatever you prefer. But it can be very rewarding to fish in the slightly more uncomfortable end of the water and the uncomfortable end of the lake, as we're proving now. As I said, I haven't seen a single rod bend on that far side now for the last hour, and we've had what, 7, 8, 9 fish here in no time at all. Fish that probably realistically haven't seen a fly all day today, maybe not all day yesterday either. Little touch there, just a little touch there. See if he comes back. They do have this habit of giving you a little warning before they take on these fabs. There you go, a little touch again there. There we go, he's on. Yeah, he's on the buzzer. Interesting. Very interesting. It's good. That's what we're after. We want them on the buzzers. Another decent fish. Well, this is turning into a fair old session. I'm glad I stayed on. Yes. And away he goes. Well, that's me folks, I'm about to sign off. Thanks for joining me as always. I do appreciate the support on the channel. It's been a cracking little session. It's turned out really good in the end there. It was well worth coming around the lake. We've worked our way around the lake and tried a few different spots, but in the end we've ended up here fishing into the wind. A little bit uncomfortable, but hopefully we've proved the merits of fishing into the wind, of doing this. not another angler on this side of the lake, and there hasn't been all day. All the food's over this side, it's nice and settled, nice and quiet, and well, we've seen what's happened. That's been lovely steady on the FABs and the buzzers. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I've enjoyed making that little video. It was worth staying on for. If you did, please click like, click subscribe. You feel free to share this around, and stay tuned. Hopefully I'll get some more videos out to you pretty soon. I'm going to stay on for a last cast, or maybe a last cast, and I'll catch up with you soon on the bank somewhere, I'm sure. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.